Hi, today is February 5th, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 210 for the year, Spy Balloon. The New York Times has video of the Air Force taking out the spy balloon, so I watched it, but you couldn't see nothing except the contrails coming out of the plane that shot the balloon. And then you could hear someone say, "We got it!" Boom! And people cheering, and then someone saying, "That's my Air Force right there, buddy." And I guess I felt like, okay, that's my Air Force too. The military is supposed to protect us from threats, foreign and domestic, and this time it did its job, and it did it well without anybody getting hurt. And my understanding is that Biden was like, "Yeah, of course we have to shoot that motherfucker down." And I was like, "That's my president." And I will confess, I don't always feel that way about the president and the military. It depends on who the president is and what the military is doing. Because sometimes a president or a military can do stupid and fucked up things. But I can't argue with shooting down a spy balloon. I might not ever literally say, "That's my Air Force right there, buddy," but I might think it. And I'm thinking it this morning. Poem number 211, Spite. He did something out of spite the night before last. It was something that could easily be undone, but yesterday morning he was still feeling spiteful, so he didn't undo it. And today he feels a lot better, but he still hasn't undone it. Because sometimes maybe a thing done out of spite is still the right thing to do. Poem number 212, Sprite. You know, I never got into Sprite all that much. It just wasn't my thing. 7 Up either. I guess I preferred and still prefer my carbonated beverages to be dark. Root beer, cola, and I used to love cream soda. I prefer chocolate to vanilla, too. But if they made a chocolate Sprite, I wouldn't try that shit. But if they made a dark Sprite, like if there was something called Sprite Dark or Dark Sprite, I would probably try that shit. I wonder if I would like Coca-Cola or root beer less if it was light colored and Sprite more if it was dark colored. I think I kind of would. Is that fucked up? Maybe. Anyway, fuck Sprite, fuck Sprite. And I don't say this out of spite. I say it because it is too light. Fuck Sprite. Poem number 213, Quattro. In retrospect, I've had a lot of friends whose behavior might be classified as evidence of mental illness. But some of these people were completely normal. They just had strange senses of humor, like my friend Quattro. First off, he was called Quattro because he was fourth of his name. Quattro's father was named Trey, meaning third, and Trey had always hated his name. So when his first son was born, Trey was like, "Why should he be happy?" and named him Quattro. But in fact, Quattro usually was happy. But he had some strange quirks. His most fucked up quirk, and trigger warning, this is kind of disgusting, maybe. I'm not actually sure if it's disgusting or just really stupid and silly, but what Quattro would do is when he saw a big old pile of dog shit next to a tree or by a curb or whatever, Quattro would pull down his pants and then squat over the dog shit. And then when someone came along, he would make some grunting noises and then pretend to see them and quickly pull up his pants and run away because Quattro thought it would be funny if people got the mistaken impression that he had just taken shit in public. On the other hand, he didn't think it would be funny if he was arrested for taking a shit in public, but he figured if he was ever caught, his lawyer could order a forensic analysis of Quattro's ass, which of course would be an analysis, and that analysis would show that his ass was far too clean to have taken a shit that he had been to have taken the shit that he had been accused of taking. He also figured that his lawyer could order a forensic analysis of the shit, and the results would conclusively establish that the shit that he had pretended to take was dog shit and not human shit. He once was asked, what if by some odd coincidence the shit that you discover turns out not to be dog shit, but human shit that someone else had happened to have taken before you arrived? His rather ingenious response was that his lawyer would have a sample of Quattro's shit analyzed and compared with the shit on the ground to prove that the shit on the ground could not have come from Quattro. Quattro never was arrested, and after a while he got tired of the joke, and when he turned 43, he went to law school, and as you might imagine, he became a brilliant defense attorney. I think it's been at least a couple of decades since Quattro has pulled his little pretending to take a shit stunt, and I think that that is probably for the best. Poem number 214, Optimism. It has been kind of a bad several months. I've lost a lot of money and I've experienced so much rejection that I am almost numb from it. A few days ago I felt so bad that tears were welling up in my eyes, but I have kept faith, and faith has seen me through. Like yesterday, I could have told my brother, I don't feel well. I can't stay with mom while you go and do your radio show. I'm really sorry. Instead, I went, and me and mom had a great time. We always make each other laugh. Like, we were talking about horse racing, and I said it was a brutal thing, and my mom said, the horses like to run, and I said, they do, but they don't like to be beaten with riding crops when they do it. Then I said, horses don't like to be beaten with riding crops. Some people do, but not horses. And she laughed, and I did too. My optimism used to come from a belief in God. Now it comes from experiencing over and over the reality that all things must pass. You can play that George Harrison song over and over, but sometimes you have to live it to believe it and embrace it. And after last night's talk with a real good friend, I can ask myself, seriously, what the fuck do I have to be sad about? And this morning, after the meditation, the morning looked brighter than I ever remember it having looked. So what the fuck is that about? I think that is faith working miracles. That is optimism kicking the ass of sadness. Poem number 215, Glove on the Stairs. There's two more. This one and the next one. There has been a single glove on the stairs between the first and second floor of my apartment for several days, and yesterday as I passed it by, the glove said, "Hey Johnny, don't you want to write a poem about me?" And I said, "Okay, glove, I will write a poem about you." Oh, I've lost my place. There it is. And I went upstairs and I made a note, and then this morning I wrote, "Perhaps somebody loved you once and wore you on their hand, and perhaps the other glove is on that person's other hand, and perhaps that other..." Fuck, let me start again. This is the poem I wrote for the glove. Perhaps somebody loved you once and wore you on their hand, and perhaps the other glove on that person's other hand is missing you terribly. And perhaps you will be found one day, or perhaps you will be thrown away. What will happen, I cannot say. But be well, glove, be well. I didn't go back downstairs and read the poem to the glove. But if the glove is still there when I go downstairs later, I will be sure to mention it. And the last one is poem number 216, The Boxes at the Bottom of the Stairs. And Leah said, that's weird because there are boxes that have been at the bottom of the stairs at my place since Friday and maybe even Thursday, and they're enormous. And I said, well, I'm not going to write a poem about them. Those are your boxes. And then the boxes said, oh, come on. They said, oh, come on. Oh, wait, how did they go? Oh, come on, Johnny. Write us a poem. And I'm like, fuck me, I don't want to write any more poems today. I've got ideas for 4 more poems that are going to have to wait until tomorrow as it is. And they were like, come on, Johnny, you know you want to. And so now I'm like, fat ass fucking boxes at the bottom of the stairs. Go fuck yourself and your fat asses, because nobody cares. Fuck your father in the shower and then have a snack. Then turn your mother out into the street after addicting her to crack. And the boxes were like, whoa, fuck you. And one of them was like, how do you even know? Oh, no, we all have the same parents. And another one was like, isn't fuck your father in the shower and then have a snack from the usual suspects? And I was like, so fucking what if it was? Maybe I put that in your stupid fucking poem to remind myself that I want to see that movie again, even if Kevin Spacey fucking sucks. And the boxes at the bottom of the stairs were all confused, and they were like, what did Kevin Spacey do? And I was like, go talk to the glove, you ignorant fucking boxes. The gloves know what Kevin Spacey did. Maybe that's why the glove gets a kind-hearted and empathetic poem and you boxes get shit. Obviously, I've got a lot of issues because these boxes never did anything to me, but fuck them if they can't take a joke. If you pester me to write a poem about you, then you get what you get and you don't get upset. I think I've taught those boxes at the bottom of the stairs a valuable lesson. But more importantly, I think I've taught myself one too. Okay, Tuesday, February 7th at KGB on East 4th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue in Manhattan. Come see me with some special guests. Hope to see you there, and thank you.